Hello, I'm Cole and welcome to my first video. A simple desk build to set my computer on and start this channel up with. The only wood I had in any worthwhile quantity was this treated timber from a recent outdoor handrail build. It had been hanging around in the workshop for a few months, so it was fairly dry. I started getting it cut to a rough length before taking off the rounded edges. Now this channel will bring various woodworking projects, some on-site work at clients' houses, and also exploring how possible it will be to scale up this part-time income into something that becomes my main money maker. I'd planned to start this channel a while back, but in the last year I took a heart attack and then I lost my mother and a lot of my life went on hold, but this is something I really want to do. My interest in woodwork dates back to watching Norm Abraham 25 years ago, so I went to night school, got my carpentry qualifications, but I never swapped careers, probably through fear of the unknown. But it's fair to say that the heart attack gave me a new perspective on life, and the cliche "life's too short" had never meant more to me. Now this thickness planer by Rutland's has served me well, but unfortunately something happens that you will see shortly. It's a shame that it looks so undramatic on camera, but it did derail the build. Everything was going fine, planing these 2x4s to a consistent thickness, but this second length comes out and you can just see it's taken a chunk out of it for no reason at all. So I'll take a look at the bed. I decide to bring the blade down, hoping it was an anomaly that could be planed away. So here I send it through again, hoping, but no, the chunk's there and it wasn't shaving anything off. So I had a cup of tea, checked the manual, shook my head in befuddlement, had a mince pie because it was Christmas time, read the manual again, had another sip of tea, checked my phone for a solution, and in the end I took the dust extraction hood off to reveal this wobbling blade housing cylinder thing. So yeah, it had snapped. Not sure how, but at the time I wasn't sure what Rutland's would do about it, so I ploughed on and decided to lightly sand the edges that were to be glued up. I had planned to glue in 2 halves so I could send them through the thicknesser, but I was in the dark at this point as to whether I'd have a thicknesser anytime soon, so I decided to glue all 6 2x4s up in one go. Now I contacted Rutland's, I think it was on the 28th, which was a Saturday over Christmas, and they replied on the 29th asking for a video of the break, which I sent them. They got back to me on the 30th to say a replacement unit would be sent out, so I assumed the part that snapped was being sent out. I asked, is it hard to fit, is there any guidance? And much to my amazement they confirmed they were actually sending out a brand new thicknesser and I could disregard the broken one. So fair play to Rutland's, I think that was great service, and this arrived the very next day. So I decided to split the table down the middle and revert to the original plan of planing the 2 halves and re-gluing, which I did, and the replacement thickness seemed to work better than my old one ever did. Who can say why? I don't know. Now I do sort of regret not using an alignment strategy, but figured it's only 2 halves, should be okay, and a few whacks with my mallet kept things in check. But next morning I took the clamps off, and unfortunately there's some missing footage from here on in. I guess a learning curve in making videos is understanding the cold weather drains batteries quick. So I sanded the join, and I'd made this template of the alcove where the desk was going. Drew round that, cut it out, and put my virgin branding iron to good use with my new logo. Now I took this notch out with my jigsaw because that battery died also, and I routed these channels which would slot onto battens fixed to the wall. I also then sanded up to 240 and gave it 2 coats of water-based varnish and a final buff of furniture wax. But here it is in situ, all set and ready to go, and thanks for watching.